Hi, hello. Welcome. I've got some stories to share with you tonight. And if you like stories about starting businesses and restarting businesses, I've got lots of stories to share. But tonight I'm just going to share a few with you. I know it's a little bit late on the East Coast, but that's okay. I'm coming on. I'm here. So, hi, I'm Emily Benson. I'm founder of Stylish and Successful, and I'm the Forbes and InStyle featured founder of fashiontrick.com and best-selling author of The Ultimate Boutique Handbook, which if you haven't read yet, please, dear God, read, especially if you're starting a mobile boutique. So, I'm going to quickly share this live stream in my group called the Fashion Truck Tribe. If you're not in the Fashion Truck Tribe yet, I welcome you to join. It's a group of beautiful, like-minded entrepreneurs who are starting their boutiques or running their boutiques. So either they're doing, either they are mobile retailers, they could be brick and mortar retailers, or they're e-commerce retailers, or they're all three. I love when they're all three. So I'm going to share this live stream on that page. Like I said, you're welcome to join. It's a free group here on Facebook. All you have to do is use the search bar above and search for that. So here we go. Okay, sharing right now. Gorgeous. Share to a page. So if you're here and you're watching, even if you're watching the replay, I'd love for you to say hi and let me know where you're coming from. Do you own a boutique? If you do, amazing. Tell me where your boutique is. Tell me what you sell. I want to know. So currently, I am a consultant for retail entrepreneurs. So that's why I like to share my stories. I find that there's a lot of retail entrepreneurs, a lot of retail coaches or business coaches who haven't actually had boutiques or even maybe worked in retail. And so I'm loading YouTube video, shoot. So I am here to tell you the truth and to share with you because I think it's really important to know that as much as I do these beautiful trainings, as much as I can talk all day about retail, I have had some really wacky experiences having my own business. And so if you're having wacky experiences in your business, I want you to know that it's 100% normal. So many of you may not know, I started my business as the Fashion Truck. And a year and a half into my business, I actually crashed my truck and had to rebuild. So that's probably a story for another day. But today I wanted to tell a story about being nervous about having a boutique. I find that so many women that reach out to me share the same stuff. And when I say stuff, I kind of mean like the same anxieties, the same nervousness, the same hesitation. I think that, so let me just tell you, I'm going to jump into the story. So I had been laid off, and it was about 2 months after I got laid off, about a month after I got laid off from my corporate retail job in Manhattan. Totally suddenly, didn't know it was coming. I decided that I was going to start my fashion truck business. I decided probably about a week after. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. Let me do the research. I'll still look for some corporate jobs like while I'm unemployed. But I knew that I was on my path to opening my boutique. And so for 2 months, I did the research. I was writing the business plan. I was like getting everything ready. And I was also preparing to move from Manhattan home to the suburbs of Boston because I knew that I didn't want to start my business in Manhattan. So I had spent all this time looking for a new roommate for my roommates, packing things up, getting rid of things, like getting basically closing one entire chapter of my life. I had lived in New York for a little over 4 years at that point, and reopening this totally new chapter of my life where I was going to be self-employed. I was going to be moving back home, being closer to my family, and starting a business. Like, starting a business, guys, is not a walk in the park, right? It's not. Hey, Danielle. And so, of course, I'm preparing to move. Again, like I said, getting ready for the fashion truck. Like, I'm looking for trucks. I'm looking for vendors. Probably, you guys, if you're in the same spot, give me some hearts. Like, maybe you are going to a show this month because you're going to buy your first set of inventory. So I was getting all this ready. Logo, like, how was I going to build the truck out? Where was I going to get a truck? All this stuff. Full on in. Meanwhile, packing everything in my life and saying goodbye to my life and my friends that I had built for 4 years in New York. So the day comes that I'm moving. It was March 31st. I remember it clear as day. The day comes that I'm moving. I wake up really early because, of course, at that point I was saving every penny I had for my business. So I woke up really early. I took the bus, the 23rd Street bus I walked up from 2nd Avenue. I took the 23rd Street bus over to the west side of Manhattan because that's where all the U-Haul trucks were. I had rented a U-Haul, and I don't know what happened, but I ended up standing outside of the U-Haul place. I couldn't even walk past the gate. I got off the bus, I got there, and I was in all right, moving day mode, gotta get things done. And suddenly, I just stopped. And I was staring at the trucks. And this, ton of bricks hit me. And I thought, oh my God, those trucks look so big. They look so scary. And I haven't driven in 4 years. I didn't have a car in New York. I didn't drive. I didn't drive for 4 years. How the hell am I going to drive one of these big trucks? And then another ton of bricks hit me. And I was like, if I can't drive this U-Haul truck, how am I going to drive the fashion truck? How am I going to start my business? Oh my God, what if I can't drive this truck? Then I can't drive my fashion truck that I want, and then I won't have a business, and then I'm doing all this for nothing, and oh my God. I was standing there on the sidewalk, freaking out, literally I felt my entire body clenching up. I was staring at these trucks, looking like a total crazy person, just thinking all the thoughts were coming. Oh my God. I risked everything in my life on driving a big truck. And now I'm faced with driving a big truck and I'm freaking out. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And so I sat down on the sidewalk. Yes, it was March. It was freezing. I sat down on the sidewalk. I put my headphones in and I put one of my favorite meditation tracks on. It was the one that always calmed me down when I was freaking out about my corporate job. It was the one that I used to listen to prepare to go to my crappy corporate job that got really frustrating. It would always calm me down. It would always center me and get me okay, centered. And so I sat there, I listened to this meditation track, and I closed my eyes, and I started to just tell myself, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I have maybe done scarier things, but actually probably not. This is probably one of the scariest things I had ever done. And the meditation track calmed me down, and I finally just looked at the trucks. I got myself together, and I walked through that gate. I rented the truck. And of course, my heart is still kind of beating, right? I got in the truck. They taught me how to use it. And I turned the key and I was okay, this is this moment was so significant in so many ways because I knew if I could drive this truck, I could drive my business truck. I knew I could drive the fashion truck. And so I just like said a prayer. I was like, please, like, who's ever there, just please protect me. And I left out of the gate. I took a right, went back down 23rd Street, drove to my apartment, parked on the side. I think it was the most nerve-wracking, like, talk about like gripping the handles of the truck, like shaking, like, I pulled over, and I remember I got to my spot that I had to go and get like permitted and marked. I turned off the engine, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I can totally do this. Like, okay, now I have to pack up my whole apartment. Then it was like, okay, on to the next, right? And yeah, it was so good that I had that tool in my pocket. I have been a meditator for a long time, and I find that I meditate when I have anxiety and when I get nervous, because like I might get on camera and look all cool and fun and like I know everything, but like I get scared too. I get really scared sometimes. I get really nervous. And I think the thing is, really my biggest message is that once you break that ice, once I opened that gate and once I turned the key, there was no turning back. And I knew it. And I knew all I needed to do was turn that key and drive out of that parking lot, and I would hopefully be okay, right? Like, who knows? Good, bad, who knows? But it was like, my message is just turn the key, open the gate, turn the key, drive that first block. Like, if you are feeling nervous about whether it's buying a truck, whether it's maybe you have the truck, maybe you're just nervous about getting out there and doing events. Maybe you have the clothes and you're nervous about going out and doing a pop-up shop. Maybe you have a Facebook page and it's all ready to go, but you haven't hit publish yet. Or maybe you have your website looking pretty good, but you're not totally like done with it. Who cares? Hit publish. Like, just turn the key, just open the gate. Because honestly, if I knew in that moment what opening the gate and turning the key of that U-Haul meant for the next 5-6 years of my life, I wouldn't have been as scared. Like, I would just have said like, oh my God, I can't wait for all this great stuff to happen. But in the moment when we're uncertain and we don't know what's going to happen, it's so easy for fear to take over. And so if my story helps you overcome some of that fear, if my thought or idea of having a meditation on your iPhone, if you need a tool like that, please send me a message. I'm like happy to give you any of my tools that I use. But I hope this helps you turn the key, and I hope this helps you get going. I know there's so many of you who are like ready to launch in March, April, May. You're getting your trucks ready. You're ready to go. And if you have any hesitation at all, just know that we all do. We all have hesitation when we start our business. And in 2 years and 3 years and 4 years, when you look back and you're so proud and you're so happy at what you've done, that moment is going to feel like nothing. It's not going to feel big anymore. Like, now that moment in my life doesn't have the weight that it had in that moment. It's like, oh, that was just the time, that was just a thing that happened. But in that moment, it was like everything. It was like, oh, my whole life is based on whether or not I can drive this U-Haul. Like, oh my God. So turn the key, do it. Go for it, and realize that what you're feeling right now, whether it's nervous, anxious, scared, whatever you want to call the feeling you're feeling, just know that that could be you being excited. And that could just be you getting really amped up for what's to come. And that could be you just thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to change my life. Because it is. It's going to completely change your life for the better, for the awesome, for the like super cool, amazing, right? One thing that Greg always says to me when I'm feeling nervous is he says, are you sure you're not just feeling excited? So check yourself. Check yourself. I'm feeling so nervous. Oh my gosh. Am I just excited? Is it just like, I can't wait to have my truck on the road? I can't wait to show my friends and family what I've been working on. I can't wait to make that first sale, that second sale, that third sale, that fourth sale. Maybe that's what it is. So check yourself, right? When you're feeling nervous and you're feeling blocked, just check yourself, because I know when I open that gate to that U-Haul and I turn that key, I know that if I knew what I knew then, what I knew now, I wouldn't have been scared and I wouldn't have been nervous. I would have thought, oh my God, I'm going to do such amazing things and it's going to be so fun and so cool. And driving a truck is not that hard, Emily. Like, deal with yourself. So if you're experiencing that, no, we all go through it, okay? What's personal is universal, and when anyone starts a business, there is totally that nervous factor. So hopefully you get something out of this. Hopefully you learn that, I come on Facebook Live to help you feel better, to help train you, obviously, but also to help tell you that whatever you're going through is completely normal and that we all go through it. So don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you can't send me a message. You can't join my community and talk about how you're nervous in my community. It's totally fine. I'm all happy sunshine, but I also know that starting a business is hard and it's totally worth it. So I'll leave you with that. I'm Emily Benson, Forbes and InStyle featured founder of Stylish and Successful and FashionTruck.com, and the best-selling author of The Ultimate Boutique Handbook. So please know all of those things did not come without me turning the key. So go out there, turn that key, get going, and report back. Tell me what's going on with you, okay? Thanks so much for joining me. If you're watching the replay, thanks so much. Share this with someone if you think they need it, you think it will help them, and I will talk to you guys really, really soon.